Showtime. Hello,
Yay.
everyone. Happy
Hello.
Monday.
Happy Monday.
Good to see you all. Thank you for joining us for yet another exciting episode of the Attractions Podcast.
Yes.
We will kick this thing off with as little ado as possible, but I got to give a shout out to our first folks in the chat. Orange Blossom and Tails, welcome as always. We'll give just
Welcome.
a few moments for some other folks to join in, and then we'll jump right into this week's episode.
Perfect.
Very good to see you.
Good to see you too. And we're on our regular
Yep.
time.
Yes, I know. It seems strange almost.
I know.
Hopefully we can keep it up for a few weeks at least.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to give it just another 30 seconds or so, and then we'll kick off this recording. If anyone else would like to say hello, now is the time. I'm waiting on Michael Bingham.
Oh, yeah. Where's Michael?
Right.
I'm drinking a fruit punch Gatorade. I haven't had one of these in a long time.
Hydration is very important.
Yes. Delicious.
I left my cup in the kitchen, so I will be thirsty by the time this is. All this talking is thirsty work. All right. One last look. All right. Well, let's go ahead and kick this thing off in 3, 2.
Please lower your head and watch your step while boarding.
Welcome to the Attractions Podcast. You are all clear for dispatch. Have fun.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Attractions Podcast, sponsored by MEI and MEI-Travel. I'm Seth.
And I'm Carly.
And we are here to talk to you about the latest and greatest in theme park news and more, as well as what's going on in our own lives. Carly, I can barely talk anymore with these Invisalign. I thought I would be used to it by now, and it is still tripping me up all the time.
I cannot even imagine.
Carly, it's good to see you. How have you been?
It is good to see you. I am great. I flew home to New Jersey for the weekend because obviously I wanted to see family, but I wanted to see a few shows on Broadway. So I had myself a little double feature on Friday.
What did you get to see?
So I am a huge Chess fan, and I wanted to see it one more time before it's closing later this month.
Yes, it was supposed to extend with a new star, and then I think they announced very suddenly that it wouldn't.
Yeah, JoJo was supposed to replace Leah Michelle. Now it's closing June 21st when she leaves. So I had to see it one more time. It is phenomenal. I was sad after, know that we're not going to get it. And it's such a controversial musical. It's probably not going to come back for a long time.
Right.
And I also saw The Lost Boys, which is the hottest show right now.
Well, vampires have not done well in Broadway musicals. I remember Lestat and Dance of the Vampires. So did Lost Boys break the curse?
They did, yes. It was amazing. It is definitely going to be around for a long time. I really, really enjoyed it. Sadly, Shoshana Bean called out when I was going to see it Friday, but that's okay. It was still phenomenal. So
shout out to all the understudies.
Yeah, I mean, the understudies a lot of the time I feel like are better. So, but
that's awesome.
Amazing. Yeah, if you could see it, see it. It'll definitely be going on tour, I'm sure. It was everyone. It was like a very goth, because all the people were dressed up in their outfits. So it was definitely a different crowd than the usual.
Yeah, right.
But I loved it. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad you got to see those, and congrats to all the winners and nominees of the Tonys last night. I'm taking a trip up for family next month and hoping that maybe I can squeeze in a show or two.
Yes. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, I did not have nearly as an exciting week as you did, but because I was sitting at home being the typing cat meme, working on corrections for a book that has to go to the printers on the 20th of this month. And of course, as I'm sitting there working on this book about Disneyland and Universal Hollywood, they post and unpost a opening date for
Oh yes.
Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift,
Yeah.
which you're killing me, Smalls. I mean,
Yes. I gotta tell, I love you, Universal, so much. My favorite places on earth, but damn, they are last minute all the time. It's always
yeah,
the midnight
I'm
hour.
I'm still holding out hope that I will somehow have an opportunity to get a ride in before that book has to go off. But I have been eagerly watching. They had media there, and got some new tidbits. I am very happy to know that my prediction about the queue and the theming was correct. That the Hollywood Drift refers to behind the scenes movie making. There's no more pre-shows where they say family 10,000 times and make you think you're
Oh,
going to a party. They're not pretending that you're in a movie. They're talking about the making of the stunts and behind the scenes, and that's what I predicted, because that is the only way I can see it translating to the New York section of the studios when it
yeah.
comes here.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm definitely very excited for this. Hopefully, get out there and get to ride it. A lot of exciting stuff with Universal. The Kids Resort announced an opening date. So,
Yes.
in true fashion, it's always super last minute.
Yeah. Yep. I was also excited to learn from the Fast and Furious footage that the cars are programmed, but each of them is programmed differently. That's what was kind of confusing me, because I would watch
It's not
test
based on
runs.
weight and whatnot.
It's not free spinning, which makes me happy, because free
Yes,
spinning rides
that's good.
often either don't spin at all or spin way too much.
Yeah.
But each of the 4 cars has a different profile. So you'll get a different experience drifting around the turns, depending on
Wow.
which seat you're in. So that's
That is really cool.
definitely will add to the rewritability.
Yes.
Um,
Very
oh,
exciting.
Okay, well, without any further ado, let us jump right into the news in the queue. All right, we are starting out with Universal news, but not Universal Hollywood or Orlando, Universal Las Vegas, where Horror Unleashed has laid out a full timeline of what they're doing throughout 2026 and 2027, with a packed event calendar, including a brand new haunted house coming next year. And it's great to see that after opening this last year, that they are not just sitting back, that they are constantly updating it with new events and overlays and even a new house.
Yes, I'm very excited about this. I also had an idea, and I think Universal needs to do it. They need to do weddings with Jack the Clown officiating. That would get so
Oh my-
much incredible attention.
They
and it
can,
would
they
be
can,
so
the
well.
actors can get ordained online, and they absolutely, they've got all sorts of wedding chapels in Vegas. If you can get Elvis to marry you, you should definitely be able to get Jack the Clown.
Yes.
This information came out during a panel at Monstropolis, which is a big monster and makeup effects convention held at the Pasadena Convention Center back on May 30th. And Del Weingar, who is the Assistant Director of Entertainment for Universal Horror Unleashed, was there to talk about how their goal is to give guests a reason to visit all year round, not just at Halloween, become a horror lifestyle destination.
Ooh, I love that.
He was there with Michael Nauman, who's the Assistant Director of Technical and Operations, and Kim Scott, who's Senior Director and General Manager for Universal Destinations and Experiences. They have a really full slate, so we're not going to go over each and every detail of it. But if you're not familiar, this is the permanent haunted house with permanent kind of Halloween Horror Nights with 4 haunted houses and 4 themed bars, opened back in August of 2025 at Area 15, which is one of my favorite things in Vegas that's not on the Strip.
Yes, I love Area 15. You have Meow Wolf there. There's so much to do. And like you said, I'm really happy they're doing seasonal stuff. I believe last year, the first thing they did was the Krampus Christmas activation, and that is going to return this year again.
Yeah, Krampus is going to come back. The springtime Feaster Grievings event is coming back, and they're also bringing back the Food, Film, and Frights dinner series. But they've also got some new stuff coming, starting with a new marquee summer event that's supposed to start this month. They have not announced the major movie or TV property it's going to be built around, but we should learn about that on social media
Wow.
any day now.
Yes.
And there's going to be a new dinner show this summer starring Jack the Clown and Chance, and it's going to be staged in the round inside Premier House, which is their kind of sit-down dining area.
Yes. This is great. I got to go last year. I'm hoping to go back maybe this fall, but it's really fun.
Some of the other headliner events that are going to be happening this Halloween season, Hamikuma is coming back. Plus, they're going to have 2 brand new original icons debuting at the venue. So I'm wondering if these are original icons from Orlando or if these are new icons they're creating just for Vegas.
That would be really cool.
And then, as we mentioned, they're wrapping up this year with Krampus and Kin coming back. But 2027 is looking even bigger with a Valentine's Day experience, a brand new Jack the Clown stage show, an anime-based horror experience, and most importantly, in August, an all-new haunted house. The first new one they've had since it opened. No word yet which of the 4 this is going to be replacing, but hopefully this will lead them to rotating out one of the haunted houses every year, keeping it fresh.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm honestly surprised they did it this early. I thought they would maybe, run with this current slate for a while, but that's great.
Right. Yep. There's also going to be, of course, themed food going with all the events, both in the Premier House and in Rough Cuts, which serve small plates. And they've got a new ticket called the Frady Cat ticket.
Yeah.
And this is a great idea if you want to check out the live shows, you want to check out the dining, but you are not a haunted house person, or maybe you're attending with someone who is a haunted house person and you don't want to pay full price for skipping the houses. Now it's just $29 to get admission to all the common areas without having access to the houses. So
yeah, I think that's a great idea. The bars were really fun, but and not everyone in every group is going to be into this. So I think it's a really good way to kind of make everyone happy, and they can go have some cocktails and let the rest of the people in your party enjoy the houses.
They buried something else kind of deep in this release, which is that they're going to be upgrading the technical setup for the live entertainment area to upgrade Jack's stage. And it's going to finally allow them to do aerial acrobatics and a rig that flies vampires overhead. And this is something that we saw hinted at in the original concept art that didn't turn out. So I'm glad to see they're finally fulfilling that promise. And they've also mentioned that they talked a little about the planned Chicago location.
Yep.
And says that for Vegas, they might bring back the Lady Luck character as a local icon.
That would be awesome.
Yep. So definitely things to keep the Horror Unleashed on our radar for the next year and more to come. All right. Next up, we are moving to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, where our producer, Jeff DePauli, got to go out and experience the new Star Wars timeline with new characters, new music, and gave a really detailed and thoughtful review of the new experience that you can find on our website at attractionsmagazine.com. I have not gotten to see this in person, so I've had to live vicariously through vlogs and Jeff's reporting here. But the bottom line is that Jeff really praised this revision for bringing new life, new emotion, new connection to the land, and I can't wait to see it on my next visit.
Yes, me too. And that projection show with Grogu, is that a nightly occurrence? Because I did see that a lot on socials as well.
Yeah, so they do this projection show that's like the Skywalker saga projected on the spires. And this is a new 3-minute coda that they've added on to the very end of it. I assume it's like a time-limited thing
Mhm.
tied to the release of the Mandalorian film.
Yeah.
It's really adorable. I don't know how long it's supposed to continue. I know that they already switched back Hyperspace Mountain to the regular Space Mountain,
Mhm.
but I think this is still running. So maybe it will stick around for a while or become an annual thing.
Yeah, that would be really fun. Have you gone on the new Millennium Falcon?
It's funny you mentioned it. I have not gotten a chance, but depending on if I get another round of pages to proofread today, I was thinking of heading over to Hollywood Studios. I'm finally looking forward to being an engineer. Never
Yes.
thought I'd say that.
I know. That I was a little upset that I'd have responsibility. I like to just enjoy the ride, but
Yeah. This is one element of the updates that is in both Hollywood Studios in Orlando and over in Disneyland in Anaheim. And we've got a video up on our YouTube channel showing off some of the new missions, including the Grogu mode. That is a new secret mode. We've got an article about how to activate it, sort of like the old Chewbacca mode,
yeah.
where instead of having any instructions or having any clue what you're supposed to be doing, Grogu's just going to babble at you.
Yes.
So
He was adorable. I was so distracted by him the entire time. I just was looking at him.
yeah. In addition to the new characters like Darth Vader, who makes a grand entrance that you can see another YouTube video that we've posted on our channel. The other big difference is the music. Before, you'd hear nothing but what they would call diegetic sound effects and music,
Mhm.
coming from the radio, from DJ Rex in Oga's Cantina. But now you have the John Williams Star Wars score, not just playing in the entry tunnels, but playing throughout the land. And
Yes.
that's something that I kind of wish they would bring to Orlando as well.
Yeah, same. And there's also new food at Docking Bay 7. I don't know if you saw it, but it looked really
No.
good.
Oh, well, that's great to hear because a lot of my favorite things that were at Docking Bay 7 the opening year have faded away
Gone.
over the years.
Yep.
So it'd be good to see some new options there.
Yes, yes.
If you are a fan of the sequel trilogy, it has not been completely wiped out. I do want to pour one out for V. Marathi. She seems to have been retired out on the West Coast. But you can still find Rey stalking the area around
Mhm.
Rise of the Resistance. And if you want to meet Kylo Ren, he's been hanging out over at the old Star Wars launch bay in
Mhm.
Tomorrowland. All right. Next up, we have been talking so much about Bluey on this show. We've been talking enough about Bluey that I know now to refer to her as a she, not a he at this point. It took a while to get through my brain. We talked about Bluey at Animal Kingdom. We talked about Bluey at Disneyland. Now we're going to talk about Bluey on the Disney Wish. Because our website editor, Danny Meyering, got to attend a media sailing on the Wish, specifically for intergenerational families. And as part of it, she got to review the new Bluey offerings, including Bluey and Bingo's Pyjama Party, which when I read the description of this, I did not think this would be a big hit, but oh, was I wrong.
Yes, this is like what I'm hearing everything about.
Right.
People are going nuts.
So much like in Disney World and Disneyland, they've realized that you cannot do a standard meet and greet with Bluey because it will just be a disaster. So they've been doing these kind of hybrid shows that involve a host, that involve some interactive games, and Bluey and Bingo come out and do a little wave and pose for some photos and then get the heck out of there before they can be tackled.
Yes, I mean, when I saw Bluey come out at Disney World a couple of weeks ago, it was literally insanity. It was
Like
crazy.
like the Beatles on Ed Sullivan.
Yes,
For those of
exactly.
you old enough to get that reference. So the Disney Wish version of this takes place in the Hero Zone and is a 22-minute event during which Bluey and Bingo really only appear for a few minutes out of that 22 minutes. So be warned. And when Danny attended this, it was held at 9:45
I was a little
p.m.
shocked by that
Which
time. Aren't kids
you would
asleep by
think
then?
you would think that would be past the bedtime of the target audience. I guess when your kids are on a Disney cruise, things like bedtimes, kind of probably go out the window.
Yeah.
I did go on a Disney cruise with my niece and nephew when they were very young, young enough that if Bluey was around, then they would have been gaga for him, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I don't think they stuck to any kind of schedule. Yeah.
No. Wow.
This thing is packed. Hero Zone is pretty spacious area, but
Right.
I don't know if they're going to have to move this because it did not seem big enough from the pictures that we've got here. So you've got a kind of introduction. You've got interactive activities before the main characters show up, including a game of copycat and a pajama parade, and then a little story segment. Then Bluey and Bingo arrive and play a few more games, like a kind of dance freeze game. And then it kind of wraps up and they kind of scoot out of there kind of quickly. They basically say, all right, we're done. Goodbye.
Yeah. They got like the Secret
Go to
Service
bed.
with them, ushering them out.
Yeah. So wraps up just a few minutes past 10, which is, like said, pretty late. But obviously this was plenty well attended. In fact, Danny said of all the Bluey events that she went to, and there are a couple of early morning Bluey events, this one was by far the best attended.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm sure this is going to be a hit. They know what they're doing.
Absolutely. So in addition, there's also a Bluey popcorn bucket available. There is other Bluey merchandise. There's, like I said, that wakey wakey early morning. You can also play games in the Hero Zone. Bluey's favorite games, Bluey not necessarily included, at 8:45 in the morning. So whether you're an early riser or willing to stay up late, there are Bluey events. The only ones that seem to be really at a reasonable time are the magic shots, which I think we did some of those at the Cool Kids Summer event. Those are held in the evening around dinner time. If you are a Bluey fan, check out these Disney Wish sailings. Our friends at MEI and Mouse Fan Travel can get you on one.
Yes.
All right. And next, we are moving on to TS. Yes, Taylor Swift and Toy Story. This was a huge media story outside of the Disney community, outside of the movie community, because Taylor Swift fans are everywhere.
Yes.
And folks blew up online over this kind of stealth media campaign of these billboards that just said TS and had 13 clouds on them appearing all across the country, teasing the big reveal that, yes, Taylor Swift has provided a new original song that will be featured in the new film Toy Story 5. And the song was released on June 5th on collector CDs that sold out pretty much instantly.
Oh yeah, as they always do. It's a great song. If you were a fan of like older Taylor, it is very like country. It's some of her recent stuff is more of a departure from that. So this kind of felt like old Taylor. It's a good song.
So the new song is called I Knew It, I Knew You. And while they haven't confirmed exactly how this song is going to fit into the storyline, we've got some hints because the announcement artwork kind of prominently featured a tire swing hanging from a tree. And if you remember Toy Story 2, maybe like me, you are already starting to tear up a little thinking
Yes.
about the song When Somebody Loved
Oh,
Me. Or When She Loved Me. Sorry, that's
yeah.
yeah, I get choked up, literally cannot watch that scene without weeping.
Yeah.
And if this song and its function in the film come anywhere close to that, this is instantly elevated my interest in Toy Story 5, which frankly I was like, do we need a fifth one? Did we not say all we had to?
Yeah. I'm
But
just nervous for what's going to happen to them. Like,
yeah, right. I mean, it can't get any more tragic than the end of Toy Story 3.
that was
Uh,
wild. Yeah.
but yeah, so we know that this song is inspired by Jessie, and we know that they are tying this into her journey that began back in Toy Story 2. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring the tissues for this one for
Yes,
sure.
definitely bring the tissue.
Literally, I'm sitting here trying not to get choked up because every time that earworm plays in my head, I get teary.
Yes, I'm doing a rewatch of all of them because next week I'm actually going to Pixar in California to watch an early screener of it. I know. I'm kind of
right. Well,
flipping
as soon as
out.
you're out of embargo, we've got to talk about that one.
Yes, so I'm rewatching the movies, and my God, you just cry. It's so good. So
Yeah,
I'm worried about publicly weeping with Toy Story 5.
It is very good. I have that one on a 3D disc because the 3D glasses hide my eyes.
Yes.
All right, and finally, we are ending on the West Coast at Six Flags Magic Mountain, where Joseph Spencer got to take a very first look at the opening of the Looney Tunes land that we have previously reported on. Debuted on June 6th, and we have a full report on the reimagined Kids Land over there at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I
I
encourage you
am
to go.
long overdue for a visit there. I know we have our passes. I gotta
Yes.
get out there and go to it. I'm actually going to Six Flags Great Adventure tonight. So
Okay,
I'm
you got to DM me and
yes.
let me know how it goes because I'm thinking of I'm trying to plan a trip to Hershey when I'm out there, and was also thinking about heading down to Six Flags. So
Yes.
let me know if it's worth the drive.
Absolutely. You know what? I just really want to go on the Houdini ride. I haven't done that in a
It's so
solid few
funny.
decades.
You know what? I just stumbled across a YouTube retrospective on that
Mhm.
ride, and I remember being really
Oh.
impressed when I rode that when it first opened.
Yep.
And there's also a similar ride in Efteling, and
Mhm.
I miss those Vekoma madhouses. I wish there were
Yeah.
more of them out there. Great concept. Would have made a great concept for like a Disney or Universal ride if you put the right.
Yeah, you have to send me that video. I would love to watch it. I think it's one of the coolest, unique rides. So fingers crossed it's open. Operations sometimes at Six Flags aren't the best, but you know what?
We'll save that for another episode.
Yes.
But for now, let's talk about the
Yes.
new Looney Tunes land, inspired by everyone's favorites like Bugs, Daffy, Taz, Roadrunner. And this new land is broken up into 4 distinct neighborhoods that both have new attractions and rethemed versions of some classics. The neighborhoods include Tasmania, dedicated to the Tasmanian devil himself, with his train ride and an exploration trail, which you can optionally use an augmented reality treasure hunt on your phone to explore.
Oh.
There's Roadrunner Ridge with the classic Roadrunner Express roller coaster. You've got Bugs Bunny's Play Park with the updated Melodies merry-go-round, which has just been restored, along with an all-new show, Vacation Mayhem in the Amphitheater, and opening soon a new play zone called Wise Acres. And finally, it's always duck season, or never duck season, in Camp Duck Amuck.
I love that name. Camp Duck Amuck.
There you've got a Jeep ride, and along with the camp bus and the Canyon Cruiser kiddie roller coaster. So lots of stuff to do. It's
I'm
all
so
aimed.
glad that these characters are still
Yeah.
around for kids to get to know. It's like the same way I feel about the Muppets and everything. I'm so glad that we have these classic characters that they're
Yeah.
still investing money in.
I think it's important to have generational stories that grandparents and parents and kids can all identify with and enjoy together. And as our reporter wrote in this article, that's really something that they focus on, this to have something for everyone in the family.
Mhm.
There's nothing that has a height limit over 48 inches. And there's even a couple credits that you won't be able to get as an adult unless you have a kid with you, just like
Damn.
it's around on flyers
Gosh,
over
we're gonna have to rent
at
a kid.
IOA. Yeah, exactly. Kidnap a child. No, don't do that, please.
No.
And there's also things that you can enjoy without needing to wait in a line, freeform play areas, even plenty of well-marked stroller parking. So
Wonderful.
clear signage is also a blessing. So lots of great design choices, lots of deep cut Easter eggs. Check out those wanted posters for some really obscure characters. And lots of things you can do either with your phone if you want to take those AR pictures, or without your phone if you just want to disconnect for a bit.
Yes, that sounds very enjoyable. We'll have to check this out.
We have an exclusive video with great interviews with some of the creators and a look around the land. So be sure to check that out on our YouTube channel. All right, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's News in the Queue. But before we jump into this week's main attraction, we've got a brand new commercial from our sponsor.
Remember the first time you believed in magic? Now imagine giving that feeling to the people you love most. MEI-Travel is an authorized Disney vacation planner and trusted earmarked agency with over 20 years of experience turning vacations into unforgettable experiences. And their planning services are completely free. Visit mousefantravel.com to start planning the vacation your family will talk about forever. Some magic is worth believing in all over again.
It's time for the main attraction.
And for this week's main attraction, we're headed back to Disney Hollywood Studios, where we got an early look inside Monstropolis.
Yes.
Shooting.
I went into Monstropolis.
Yes, amazing. I'm so jealous. So we've got an article up on our website from Danny Meyering. But since this was something you got to experience yourself, I am going to let you take it away and tell us a little about what you got to see and what we got to learn about why humans are even going into Monstropolis in the first place.
Yes, this was really, really cool. Me and Matt put on our PPE, which is the vest and the hat.
You down with PPE?
What?
You down with PPE?
Yes, I'm down with PPE. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
me.
you know me.
I'm down with PPE. Maybe not when it's 105 degrees in Orlando. I was trying to pay attention and not pass out, but it was so awesome. So thankful for the opportunity. So some of the folks from Walt Disney Imagineering at Walt Disney World took us we actually got to go into Pizza Rizzo, which was really trippy. So
was Alicia Stella there?
She was there, yeah.
Oh,
yep.
She must have cried.
I got
being
to see
back
her, and it was awesome. Yeah, so we went up to the second floor where that little outside area is, and we didn't get to walk through because I will tell you, this is very much an active
it is dirt. Yeah.
Yes, like there was a lot of people working, so we weren't able to walk through it. But I think my biggest takeaway before we get into the details of what was announced is the scale of it.
Right.
I think with getting rid of that building, the stage 1 building, it is so like, I don't know, that area always felt small to me, and it really is massive. And the way you kind of look down, and that's going to be the focal point at the end where the attraction is, it's huge. Like this feels like a true land. Not that it didn't before, but it definitely felt like a courtyard before. They definitely have opened up the space. And so basically, this is going to be a whole new storyline. So it is not the movie, this is kind of like Tiana's Bayou Adventure where they're continuing the story. And this is what we learned. So we've already obviously known about the first ever roller coaster for Walt Disney Imagineering of this type. So the storyline is it is Human Day, which means humans understanding monsters are nice. So now the monsters understand that running on fear is not as great as running on laughter. And humans and monsters can be friends now. So they are inviting us in to see their world. And what's interesting is they said, Walt Disney Imagineering said, a lot of their inspiration for like the vibe and the immersion is Zootopia Land that's overseas.
Oh, okay.
So they want it to be truly like an immersive land that you go in, and that's what they are. That's kind of their inspiration.
That's a high standard because that land is filled with all sorts of little interactive windows and displays, and it's not static. There's a lot of kinetic stuff happening all around you. So
that is going to be the case. That's kind of what it sounded like. There's going to be monsters are all different sizes. So there might be an apartment that's like, really, really tiny, or an apartment that's really, really huge. So it seems like this is going to be definitely like a feast for your eyes where you're looking around. I think the biggest takeaway from the announcement last week is that we are getting the sushi restaurant.
Harryhausen's.
Yeah. So that is really exciting. That is, I could see it from where we were standing. So that is where Mama Melrose used to be.
Definitely, we see it right here on the left side of the kind of logo for Monstropolis here. And I'm very glad that that's happening because I've wanted a good sushi restaurant that's not at Epcot for a long time.
Yes, we're going to be doing sake bombs in Monstropolis, and I cannot wait. We don't know what Pizza Rizzo is, and they didn't say anything or talk about that. So, but the shell of it, I mean, it was fully gutted, but the kitchen and everything is still there because I believe they share the kitchen, Mama Melrose and Pizza Rizzo.
So probably still a quick service dining location, but we don't know.
And so in the artwork, we have seen like crazy ice cream cones. I don't know if you have seen that in some of the artwork that has come out. So I'm like, maybe it'll be a quick service restaurant there, but construction is very much underway. We also have the theater show that's going to be coming too. So I think just the main takeaway is this is a massive project and they are really trying to make it this, immersive land, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah. And from what I understand, if you have any doubts about the authenticity of this, they've got Pete Docter, who directed the original, on board to make sure that this stays close to Pixar's original vision, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So they worked very closely with Pixar on this. So I'm very excited. I think now this is becoming one of my most hyped projects for everything that's coming up. So I think it's great. They are rocking and rolling. I mean, there was construction people everywhere. They are working. So there's no date that they shared in this.
I got to admit that I was a little bitter when this was announced as replacing the Muppets. But first of all, since the Muppet Rock and Roller Coaster turned out so well.
Oh, good. Yes.
And like you said, the scale of this project, I love this photo, this aerial view we have from BioReconstruct, because it really shows the just ginormous footprint of this show building that the roller coaster is going to be going into.
I don't know why.
It takes up this
never
whole
thought
footprint,
it would be this big, and it really is.
Back in the day, there was a building. It was originally supposed to be the footprint of the Great Muppet Movie Ride, and then it was turned into a theater before it was demolished around Star Wars Land. But that was only a fraction of the size that this is. This is going to be one of the most impressive show buildings, if nothing else. I don't know how good the ride inside will be. But from the outside, they're definitely getting their money's worth on this one.
Absolutely. And again, like when you enter the land and you just kind of look all the way down the road and you see it, I mean, I think it's going to be really, really something. So
it's going to be a heck of a weenie.
Excited.
All right. Well, that is going to bring us to the end of this week's main attraction. And before we go, let's take a quick look at some of the comments that you folks left. Our friend Eric O out in California is very excited, I believe, about
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. And Michael Bingham is checking in. We don't mind you being a little late. You had a 14-hour park challenge. Congratulations. I'm glad you enjoyed your long day at Walt Disney World and that you recovered enough to check in with us.
Yes.
Good to see you. Good to see all of you. Before we go, we want to thank once again our sponsor, MEI and MEI-Travel. Please also be sure to purchase your copy of our Epic Universe magazine celebrating the first year over at our website in print or digital. And I want to remind everyone to please give us a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or wherever you happen to listen to us, along with a like and subscribe on YouTube. And please be sure to follow us at attractionsmagazine.com and search for Attractions Magazine on your favorite social media accounts. Carly, where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram at Adventures by Carly.
And you can find me at Eskabursky and at The Unofficial Guides, or pick up copies of my guidebooks. Pre-order the 2027 editions at theunofficialguides.com. And until next week, we hope you folks stay safe, try something new, but most importantly, have fun. And we will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.